Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first recap of our campaign in the world of Arndoras. I hope everyone enjoys these recaps as the story unfolds. A little disclaimer, as some things might be missed due to being a player at the same time as trying to take notes, but hopefully this is the first in a very long series of the adventures of our party through this world. Our story begins with the overarching quick beats of palace guards going out and requesting each player character accompany them from their own parts of the world. Korrak Stonesblood, the half-orc barbarian, is escorted from his home just outside Skyforge Ridge. Ammon Shatterstar, the tiefling paladin, is escorted from his family home and away from his mother. Augustus Pine, the human rogue, is collected while testing a new weapon from a blacksmith. And lastly, Rell Stormveil, the Aasimar cleric of the group, who has no memory of her previous life, is found in a forest outside while hunting boar. The party is all gathered to meet Captain Sarada Velmora, who advised the party that they are to escort two ambassadors named Edgar and Arona, carrying an artifact from the human kingdom to the elven kingdom. The party is told that they were brought together as there was an earthquake that has made the road impassable and are advised that they are taking a ship around the continent to meet the elven ambassadors. The artifact they are escorting is what is called the Dragon Orb, one of a set of two orbs that must be brought together once a year to avoid calamity. They are to escort this orb and meet up with the ambassadors from the Elven Kingdom who have the other. It is said that when the orbs are brought together, that there are flash glimpses of the future that can be gleamed in the moment, but only flashes and no context is given to these visions. As the party sets sail from the capital city of Dunloran, nicknamed the Anvil of the South, and leaving from the port known as Grey Harbor, Korrak is hesitant to get on board the ship because he fears the ocean. However, he is convinced to board once he is promised more ale. With the first few days of sailing going fine, the weather suddenly takes a turn for the worse and a storm rocks the ship, slowing the journey significantly. After a while, the storm passes and the waters calm. One of the crew notices a grouping of bubbles in the water that is headed straight towards the ship. A loud scraping sound can be heard and the rudder is destroyed. A Chul jumps out of the water and attacks. The party jumps swiftly into action. And as the fight begins, Rell fires off a guiding bolt and severely damages the Chul. Korrak then rolled a nat 1 and swings into Rell, knocking her out of the battle in one hit with massive damage. Augustus stays at a distance, shooting with his crossbow, and Ammon lands the final blow, splitting the Chul in half with his twin blade. Ammon then heals Rell in the aftermath of the battle with lay on hands. As the beast falls, the ship is heading towards a grouping of jagged rocks known as the Teeth, and the captain calls out to drop the anchor. However, as they do, the crew notice that it is no longer attached to the ship, and it falls overboard, chain and all. The captain then yells to abandon ship and for the party and the ambassadors to join him in his cabin, as he explains that the ship is not going to make it and they need to disembark, but he tells the party that he will be staying with the ship, as is his duty as captain. He takes a drink from his glass and he starts to foam at the mouth and struggle to speak and then drops dead at his desk. Seeing this, the ambassadors run to a painting on the wall and move it to reveal a safe and retrieve a leather cloth from inside. Just as it is taken, several crossbow bolts fly through the door of the cabin, striking the ambassadors, killing one instantly and severely wounding the other. Augustus shoots back, seeing a figure in a black cloak. However, he watches as his bolt seems to phase through the figure, not making any impact. In the commotion, Korrak picks up the leather cloth and notices that there is something wrapped inside. He speaks to the dying ambassador and asks what they saw the last time the orbs were brought together. With their dying breath, he tells Korrak that they saw the four of them together. The party then jump out of the back window, holding the captain's desk as a makeshift raft. The assassin tries to get a couple of shots off at the party from the smashed window before the ship hits the rocks and shatters, and the cloaked figure is nowhere to be seen. The party is drifting on pieces of wood from the ship, heading towards shore. And that is where this session came to an end. I hope everyone enjoyed this recap, and we'll be able to pick up at the beginning of the next session where the party is found just offshore of the coast, floating on the ship's debris. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.